Hello and welcome to Beyond the Blueprint with Divisal Property, the place where we talk everything real estate in the UAE. Today I'm joined by Junaid Merchant, welcome, CEO of Visionary Real Estate. So thanks for joining us today, Junaid.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
No problem. Listen, before we get into the questions, which I know why everyone's tuning in to hear your views and answers, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and Visionary Real Estate?
I entered as an immature broker in 2006.
Yeah.
And then in 2007, I formed my first real estate company, which was Ideal Homes Realty. And then I did a strategic partnership in 2020 and formed Visionary Real Estate. So as an experience, I don't count 2006 as an experience year. I was doing its and bits. But then, 2007 is I became a completely full-time broker and formed the company.
So you've been around in the market a long time.
Yes, almost seen everything.
Lots of changes, lots of changes. So what do you see now as sort of what's new to the market in terms of products? What are the things that you're really interested in the off-plan sector?
A lot has changed. Obviously, market is getting matured and matured every year, every quarter. From regulation point of view to product to amenities to the kind of excellence that each developer is trying to bring into their own communities.
Yeah.
That is like beating that is the best for the consumer, I would say, because when there is healthy competition, a constructive competition in the market, the consumer get a better product.
Yeah.
Now you're getting all the Zen gardens, all the yoga spots and everything in these communities. So off-plan, which is the brand new product that is coming in the market, is far better than your old products. For example, you compare even Dubai Hills with some of the new communities, let's say Valley. So Valley has almost 53 amenities within the community, all the way from Golden Beach to yoga,
running
to
tracks, I've
running
seen in
tracks and all the health and forest activities. So it's fantastic how they are trying to be themselves. Even developers like Emaar, who've been known as commercial developers who are producing mass units in the market. But the kind of facilities they're trying to bring into these communities is excellent.
I mean, you talk about facilities. What about branded residences? What's your opinion on those?
Dubai is attracting all sort of buyers. One of the biggest sector is branded residences. So we can see in Dubai, Kempinski, all the way to Bugattis and all such brands with huge brands, and you won't see these kind of brand into one place in a particular city.
Yeah.
So we have, let's say, Bulgari Lighthouse, we have Bugatti Residences, and so on and so forth. The reason you are seeing this is because there is demand. So there are two kind of buyers, vertical and horizontal. One who wants luxury mansions and beach villas, etc., etc. And the other segment who do not want these horizontal properties and big lands and the fatigue of maintaining it per se, or it's not to their liking or their nature. And for them, Dubai presents these amazing branded residences with high class facilities, 7-star. I mean, if you see the actual brochures and the marketing material, you would say, I am entering into a 7-star, Michelin star kind of residences. From the entrance experience all the way to the concierge service that they give, the facilities, the amenities, they treat you like a king. And that is what these buyers are looking for. They are coming especially from the Western world, European and American sector. And they are looking, for example, you have heard about all these Miami penthouses, right? And all this New York, Manhattan penthouses. So that kind of things are coming to Dubai now. Dubai is attracting 190 nationalities.
Lots of different buyers,
A lot of different buyers, and their needs are different. Hence, you see wide variety of products. You see JVC kind of products that are just because of their payment plan, they are attracting a different sort of audience. 80 months payment plan, 70 months. That is that audience. Then you have all these luxury villas that is attracting different audience. So one of that audience is.
You talk about payment plans. I mean, obviously, if you're Neymar buying a 200 million dirham Bugatti penthouse, you probably don't need one. But on the other side, how are payment plans now being structured in order to bring lots of different clients into the market?
So that's another segment of the society. I have seen developers like the Noob, Samana, Aqua, and all these developers that have understood the need of that segment. for that segment, they love Dubai, but they couldn't afford it. They can't afford 1.5 million, for example, in 3 years or 3.5 years. For them, they needed 7 to 8 years payment plan. And Danube was the pioneer, I would say, in understanding this segment, because he is from India and he was getting that feedback from India that if someone can bring that kind of payment plan, a large audience needs it. And bingo, he did it. And then followed by Samana, Oro, Aqua. A lot of developers are now understanding the need of payment plans. And honestly, if you see the number of transactions, it's outstanding. And all the way from, I was seeing one of the private developers, I wouldn't name it, and he has sold around 6,000 units only in France. So again, because of the payment plan. So even the buyers that are coming from France are not only 200 million Bugatti penthouses. They are also looking at payment plan options. As I said earlier, Dubai is attracting all sort of investors, end users and buyers. The dynamics have completely changed. Everyone wants a piece of real estate, a piece of Dubai, I would say.
You talk about that piece. We, before we started the interview, we were talking about Zone 1 and Zone 2 of Dubai. Where do you see that piece of Dubai now being extended to? Because everyone used to think about Damac Hills being the edge of Dubai. Right now, it's close, one might say. Where do you see it now moving out to?
So I was doing my own research paper for my investors and my colleagues that are working for me of how is 2025 and 26 can look like. I mean, you're talking about the Damac Hills. I was here in 2002 and the Hard Rock Cafe was the end of Dubai, right? There were roundabouts on Sheikh Zayed Road. From there to now zoning. So in my own theory, Dubai will eventually have some sort of zoning. I don't know when it will come, but it will come. Where your premium sector, like you have central downtown or you have Manhattan, your central areas will be like downtown and all the way to Dubai Hills and Emirates Hills area will be your probably zone 1. And then you will stretch it to zone 2 all the way to, let's say, the Damac Hills 1, Tel Al Ghaf and stuff like that. But then there will be zone 3 and it's already popping up like Valley, like the Damac Hills 2. Like Iman South, for example. And again, another theory of mine is that 2025 will be another bumper year for new bookings, in which all the rest of the plots of this zone 1 and probably zone 2 will sell out. And then in 2026, if a buyer comes in to buy an off-plan real estate on a payment plan of 3 years or more, he will have to go 50 kilometers outside Dubai to own one. He will not be able to own within the city because let's say JVC, 85% built or under construction. Arjan is the same, Sports City, Motor City, Business Bay, Downtown, Marina, JBR. It's all within our own span or our own tenure of Dubai. It's all done and dusted.
You mentioned a lot of communities now where people are actually starting to invest. Which is the one community, if you take all of those, you mentioned Arjan, JVC, elsewhere, from your experience, where should an investor now put their money?
If he's looking for horizontal, I would say Valley. First of all, it's by Emaar.
Though, right? Valley, I mean, it's
not, it's
villas.
1,100 per square foot now. And the kind of communities Emaar builds, it produces value. So I have an experience of my own in 2006 when I actually was an amateur. I was told by one of the buyers to go stand in the queue and buy Arabian Ranches 1 for him. And Arabian Ranches 1, from that perspective in 2006, was way more than desert, like outside. Nobody would even think and buy there. But people lined up. There were drivers in queue. The whole queue was on probably 1,000 to 2,000 cars, and they were just there to buy Arabian Ranches 1 houses. And I've seen that pattern moving on. So from Arabian Ranches 1, when Dubai Hills came up, it was a similar thing. And I think the next big thing from Emaar is the Valley. You still have chance to buy Valley at 1,050 to 1,100 per square foot. And the kind of product range they have is townhouses, semi-detached, mid-size villas, independent, and then you have large-size villas, independent. I would go further on and say I think Farm Grove, which they are launching I think in a week's time or so. This will be probably the last 4-bedroom independent villa in Dubai below 5 million, sorry,
Right.
in that range. I think I won't see again in that range another villa within that location range.
So a lot
or
of
radius.
capital appreciation out there.
I
You feel.
yeah, subject to market conditions. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah.
biggest appreciation will be in the valley.
In the valley. What do you, your experience, you said you've been in the market since 2006. What tips would you give people, new investors coming into the market, outside of where they might put down their money in the valley, if they just want something, a 1-bed, a 2-bed, something that they can see and rent out long term? Where would you see? What tips would you give them?
I have 2 live experiences to give to. I think investors understand the actual experiences well.
Yeah.
And if you can back them up by facts and figures. So I have 2 experiences for you. Now my theory after going through a lot of investments in Dubai, personally and for my own investors, is that go into a community when it is at its scratch level.
Okay.
Okay, that is the first thing that you should look at. For example, the Mac Island.
Yeah.
It's the first launch. If you're looking for a great townhouse product below 2.5 million, there's nothing there. It's a desert.
Yeah.
And you will be the first move. You'll be having the first moving advantage. So I did that a couple of times. I actually more than that. I was in Mira. I was an investor personally in Mira, and I did it for my investors as well. You remember those 999,000 initial prices. So that was the first launch of Mira,
Okay.
and it did extremely well. And then I also have an experience of Opera Grand, for example. So I entered into the last leg of downtown,
Yeah.
which was Opera Grand, probably sold at the highest price per square foot. So the experience was not that great. So now my theory is go into the development early on, as early as possible.
Yeah.
For instance, go to the Mac Island, Valley, and the biggest opportunity for high-level investors or even mid-level investors is Palm Jebel Ali.
Okay.
Palm Jebel Ali will eventually have all the resorts,
Yeah.
even better than Palm Jumeirah eventually, because they will be newly
Well,
built.
it's 2.5 size in terms of times, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has its own crown, it has its own crescent,
Yeah.
and the trunk. The kind of development that will come in Palm Jebel Ali will mesmerize everyone. And I don't buy any more location theories in Dubai, because Dubai keeps on, bringing their roads inside the city,
Yeah.
because their infrastructure development is just amazing. So if you look at Palm Jebel Ali, it is land right now.
Yeah, I was up there only to a hotel right near it only a few weeks ago. It is very much land. A lot of infrastructure to build, a lot of opportunity up there, but still, it's the second or third incarnation of Palm Jebel Ali since 2008, I think. So let's hope that we actually see it. I'm sure we will.
This time we will. There's a lot of seriousness behind it.
Yeah.
Let me give you some insights that I have, and I've sold a lot of Palm Jebel Ali. The rent that you would pay for a brand new signature villa right now is equivalent to your yearly installment of Palm Jebel Ali.
Yeah.
You're paying 4 million rent for a signature brand new, high number to mid number, and your 4 million installment is in Palm Jebel Ali right now. Eventually, look at it from the investment point of view. Palm Jebel Ali will have hotels, will have apartments, will have all these big resorts. When do you want to enter as an investor? When these are built and announced, or
Early doors, yeah.
early goes?
Early doors.
And I think the decision is much easier now because the construction contracts are out. So the villa construction contracts are out, and the infra construction contracts are out.
Yep.
In total, around 5.9 billion worth of construction contracts are given. And if you get a chance, move by and see the construction activity.
Yeah.
It will surprise you.
It's starting. Listen, we've taken up quite a bit of your time now. You said 2006 is when you came in. What was the one bit of advice that you would give yourself if you could look back to 2006 as an investor, not as a CEO, but as an investor in the property market? What would you tell your younger self?
Everyone is an overtrader, okay, in Dubai, elsewhere as well. When you are an off-plan buyer, you tend to be an overtrader. Why do you buy off-plan as an investor, and why not a ready property? Because you want to leverage the payment plan.
Yeah.
One thing that I would give advice to myself, seeing the 2008-9 crash and the prolonged slowness of 2015 to 20, is that yes, some level of overtrading is fine, but then be calculative about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you will lose everything. Off plan is risky if you can't pay what you are opting for.
Junaid, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. You've given some very insightful answers, and I hope you have continual success both in investing and clearly with Vision Real Estate. Thank you everyone for tuning in today. I know that there are a number of off-plan opportunities within Dubizzle's off-plan section, a lot of which Junaid was talking about today. Should you want to come on and be the other side of the camera, then please get in touch in the comments below. I'm sure that we would love to have other opportunities and other opinion spoken about on this channel. So thank you very much.